Soul Doctor Show, the TV show to help you feel better about yourself, but also to criticize by denouncing socio-political facts from all over the world. There you have it all figured out, and now you know who we are. Being strong is our theme of the day. Many people equate being strong with never crying, never being weak, never, in short, being tough. They firmly believe that it means taking it all on yourself, facing it whole, and even enduring it all. But is it really that in reality? This is what we will discover together with you during this episode of Soul Doctor Show! From the outset, I will tell you that being strong doesn't mean at all what I have noted on this. If you think so, you have problems, and it's time for you to stop with this way of thinking and doing. Because if you continue to think like this, you are already hurting yourself a lot, and soon you will pay the broken pot. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. I know, it's not too late yet. So, let's first look at each of the erroneous beliefs. Let's start with the most obvious and which is known to everyone. Being strong doesn't mean never crying. Yes? Many people think that crying when you're in trouble is for the weak. And some even go so far as not to cry when they are bereaved, just to make believe, I say, to make the world believe that they're strong. However, there is nothing crazier than that. To hold back from crying voluntarily is to hold back one's feelings so as not to show them by letting them appear. It's being stoic. Some therefore confuse being strong with being stoic. Yet, the two are very different. So, let's go when you have to. Don't hold back your tears when necessary. Tears are a natural response, a feeling based on our emotions. If you think crying in front of everyone is unworthy of you, then do so in secret. But never trick your own mind into believing that you are crying because you are weak. Crying is especially important to expel the pressure, to decompress. Because when we suffer blows in life, we store pressure. This pressure can cause psychosomatic illnesses, from where it is necessary to evacuate this pressure. And crying is the best way. Let's bring out the bad guy. Indeed, emotional tears don't have the same composition as reflex tears. Those that come to our eyes when cutting an onion, for example. According to William Frey of the University of Minnesota, Tears shed out of intense emotion contain stress-related hormones, such as cortisol and adrenaline, which the body releases through crying. So, these are reasons to cry. Now, second, being strong doesn't mean refusing to ask for help. Some people say they can't do anything. They refuse to ask for help from someone else, even though it is very, very necessary. Recognize these defects in attitudes, such as I will manage on my own, I don't want anyone to help me, hi. It's a bit like what I call the high of pride. It's like someone drowning while talking. I don't want nobody help. I don't want nobody help. I don't want nobody help. Blue, 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 blue. And we hear nothing. Left because of Hey, yo, ask for help, damn it. Are you drowning but you refuse help? But what's wrong with you? Some periods of life can be more complicated than others. To get through these moments, it may be necessary to call on outside help. The process is not easy, but is definitely worth it. Asking for help makes it possible to understand what's happening and find solutions more quickly. Many prejudices circulate about mental health. This can lead to hiding worries and isolating oneself. In this condition, asking for help is sometimes complicated. However, even in the event of temporary difficulties, it can be important to seek support. This is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, taking the step means that we seek to understand our problems and find solutions. It is necessary to ask for help as soon as the need arises. The sooner it is requested, the sooner solutions can be found. There is no shame in asking for help. So, don't hesitate to ask for help when you feel that things are not going well. Don't shut yourself up and the risk of dying in silence. Don't be a fool. Finally, being strong doesn't mean taking it all on yourself. Whatever armor you can put on, at some point you have to know how to hide and avoid impacts. Because even the strongest of bulletproof vests eventually give way. It is good to tell yourself that you are indestructible. It is a way to boost our spirit to resist the harsh realities of life and hateful people. But you also have to understand that being indestructible also means knowing how to protect yourself. At the beginning, we always say that it will be fine. We hold on. At the beginning, we always say, I don't care. I live my life no matter what they say. But afterwards, we collapse on ourselves and it can end badly. As with temptation, you have to know how to flee at the right time and not continue to resist. People who are toxic, hateful, and who bring you too low, for example, we confront them, yes, but then we avoid them. It is foolish to continually seek to confront them. We will end up hurting ourselves. I know a girl who suffered name-calling, personal attacks, meanness from a group of people on social networks. She used to tell me, "Oh, Lino, it's going to be fine. I'm already used to all this. I've been going through this for 3 years. It will never affect me." But sometime later, she came to collapse in front of me, crying with all her might. She said, "I can't take it anymore. They are mean and inhumane. How can they say such things about me?" She was finally reached so much that she had taken too much on her. One of the proverbs in the Bible, yes, the Bible, I know, the Bible again, yeah, the Bible. One of the proverbs in the Bible advises us to protect our heart more than anything else. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. If you don't protect your heart, you will pay the price. Because in reality, it is from there that all the sources of life come. In other words, if you live, it is because your heart is still healthy. But what heart is it? It is not this organ that regulates the circulation of blood in the body, but rather our mind. If your mind is in terrible shape, your body will suffer the consequences. However, the arrows of those who harm us aim at our spirit. So we have to protect our spirit so that we are not downcast. Know how to hide at the right time. If being strong is none of the 3 things pinned above, what about then? Being strong therefore means knowing how to overcome obstacles without too much pretension, but with a lot of humility. Men like Nelson Mandela, for example, had it not been for humility, would not be a hero today. So, don't go martyrizing yourself and weakening yourself to be called a hero afterwards. A hero or a strong person does not go looking for trouble. He survives the problems that befall him instead. Finally, it should be remembered that it is not because we have endured a lot that we are strong. Think again. There are people who, despite years of suffering, are still weak and fragile on the inside, while on the outside they show themselves to be strong. So, just because you say you are strong, does not mean you are. So that's the end of this issue of Sal Doctor Show. Being strong was the main theme. Sal Doctor Show is a TV show that deals with themes related to everyday life. The show also makes socio-political criticism by defending freedoms to strengthen the practice of true democracy. This is a show that tackles serious themes of psychology and politics, but with a certain dose of humor. Here we are! Find Sal Doctor Show on YouTube, Sal Doctor Show TV, and on Twitter, Lino Sal Doctor. Be well and own the world. Thank you. Bye.